matches if you can put something on the tell you.
I agree with you.
I'm not a boy. How? Please explain how I'm a boy.
Boy.
I don't fuck boys. How am I? I need more one.
You haven't even finished that one.
I know.
Phones on silent, people. I learned this mistake.
Anyone else want?
I don't have data. I'm too poor for
More
data.
one?
So, yeah.
Why not?
Thank you. Okay, stop.
You're the youngest. I think we should look
Me?
off.
I'm fucking 20 this
I
month.
was gonna
Leave
say,
me
I'm the
alone.
oldest at this table. I don't know what you're talking about. Aren't you still
Sure.
23? Oh, Sam's a little baby. Carry on.
I am still 23 years. Why are you looking at me like that?
Continue.
I'm not. I'm looking at the.
I thought you were looking. What?
Are they all good? So we're going.
Help me.
Cool.
Okay, go.
Why are you saying help me? Yeah, we have to do that to sync the sound because we don't have like a proper setup.
Seems legit.
It's very
Yeah.
good. I'm just happy that you didn't come in and like tune the studio. You're like, oh, it works.
Me?
Yeah.
What do you think of me?
I think you're great, but
Good start. Now choose the rest of that sentence carefully.
I think I'm going to welcome everybody to this week's episode. We have someone very special on the podcast today. It is probably my oldest best friend, one of the three musketeers from primary school, which is years ago. And according to Instagram bio, she wants everyone to sprinkle kindness like confetti. We have Simone Millar. Don't laugh at me. I've been working on this all morning.
No, I didn't even know my Instagram bio, but carry on.
Okay, we might as well just get into it now. She's also a makeup artist if everyone wants to follow her YouTube and Instagram. And yeah. Hi,
Simone Millar with underscores after each letter. Just put that in there.
I'll put a link in the description. People can go click it and go straight there. It's the 21st century. I know you're older than all of us, but
Yes, Lark.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
As long as you're not chirping me about being the youngest.
Well, you're the youngest.
You're not chirping me about it.
I can.
I'd
if you
rather
want.
be the youngest than the oldest. So
You're older
I'm
by
closer
how
to
many?
death.
You're older by how many?
I'm still
months?
closer to death if we're looking at age.
If you look at life experience.
Okay,
and
but we're not
previous
because I know you would have been
experiences,
dead already.
Like
Yeah.
COVID, riots.
But okay, COVID was not self-inflicted, but I feel like the riots and all of that, you can't. That's your own baby.
Yeah, definitely self-inflicted.
Yeah.
But COVID kind of also. I'm going to Braz. I'm living my life. Like, definitely self-inflicted.
How was that though?
COVID.
Yeah.
Cuck.
Really.
I've had flu that's worse, 100%. But the body fatigue, the pain, the headaches, that stuff's cuck.
Sounds like my after I got the vaccine.
You're vaccinated.
Yeah,
nice.
after I got vaccinated, those side effects, there was a point in the middle, I think I've told you this, there was a point in the middle of the night where I would have rather been dead. That is how shit I felt. But I'm okay now, I'm vaccinated, can go visit my parents.
We're
in the
naturally
UK, so-
vaccinated, so we have one up on
What
you.
does that mean?
How are we naturally vaccinated?
We
Because
got
you've had
COVID.
it.
We
Honey,
can get it
you
again.
can still get it again.
That's the problem with COVID. You can get it again.
Oh no.
That's why I'm not stressed because I've had it, but also I don't want to get it again. It's kind of just taken life back 5 weeks.
Well, I mean, like if it's anything like when you, I mean, it's obviously not as, it's worse than when you get your vaccine. But
haven't
you know
had the
me,
vaccine.
I've been a drama queen forever. I mean, like what did Mrs. D used to call me in primary school? A prima donna, I remember.
Prima donna,
Prima
yes.
donna, yeah. So I've always been a drama queen, and when I got vaccinated, I milked it for all it was worth. Got lots
No,
of
I would as well.
Yeah.
I milked
No, it's
COVID
great.
for what it was worth.
But that's the thing, is now if I get COVID, I feel like I'll die because of how I felt when I got vaccinated. There's no way I'll make it.
It's interesting though, because Yuri didn't have symptoms. Barely. The one night I thought he was
Really?
dying. There was one night where
That's not barely having symptoms.
Okay, no, so 2 weeks, I'm man down, in
Okay.
bed, can't do anything.
Yes.
I've walked to the bathroom, I'm out of breath. He was fine doing his things, building guitars.
For the first 10 days.
One night, I'm lying in bed, I can hear him breathe and I can hear him struggling. All of a sudden he stops. He just stopped breathing.
Oh shit.
Nothing. And I'm just lying there in bed like, please stop breathing. Please stop breathing. I don't want to deal with
Wait,
this
why
right
would
now."
you wait for him?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
wouldn't you get up and go and check on him?
Because I just didn't want
Because
to deal with it.
what if you don't want to deal with it for like 6 minutes and then he dies?
I was counting. It only lasted like 15 to 20 seconds.
That's not healthy.
I know it's not healthy, but like, I don't know. I went into shock, 100%. It's my cousin. If it was like a friend where I can like, yeah, I don't know. I apologize. That's rude. But I apologize. Yeah, it was bad. I lost 11 kilos. I think I told you that. I'm probably lighter
I
than
wish.
most people now.
You know, I got to a point when I saw him again. Like when he was in COVID. I saw his Instagram and all the video chats we had. He was looking big, you know.
Yeah.
He had some meat on his bones. And then when I saw him in person, I was like, yes.
Well, I mean, there was a guy that's friends with Fergus's dad, and he got COVID. I think it must have been like a month or 2 months ago now. And I'm not even sure how much weight he lost, but he was quite a big guy, and we didn't recognize him once he was out.
No, it's scary actually. I think that's what makes it so scary, because being a very active person and always wanting to
and they
move,
tell you that the more active and the more healthy you are, the less it's going to affect you.
that's what they say. So
Exactly.
I found something very interesting out the other day. Fitter people get affected a bit worse because we process more oxygen. So if you're a smoker or you're unfit, your blood doesn't, like your actual body doesn't take as much oxygen out of your blood. If you're very fit, you're processing a lot more, and that's why a lot of fit people get hit. But we do recover a bit quicker, but we get hit quite hard, and yeah, it sucks.
Well, I recently found out why, because a lot of the elderly people, like, they don't react to the vaccine very much at all. Like, they don't really get any, what's the word? I'm forgetting how to English. Side effect. They don't get any side effect, And I found out that the reason why we get hit so hard when we get vaccinated is because we're younger, so our bodies are building more antibodies against the virus.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it all like works together and just hits us like a bus.
Hit a blank. How long do you think we're going to stay with COVID? Do you think it's going to be a part of our lives, like flu?
Listen,
and all
I
that
remember
stuff?
the day I saw it come out in China. I don't know how long it took for you guys to hear about the virus.
I think you were already in lockdown by the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, Vietnam borders China.
Became a thing here.
But I literally remember the exact day. I don't remember the date, but I remember the day so clearly. I was sitting on the couch. We were in Vietnam. Fergus was still there. I was sitting on the couch and I was reading Facebook on my phone or something, and a news thing popped up and it said something about virus kills 4,000 in China or infects 4,000 in China or something, and I was like, wow, this is weird. And now in Vietnam we follow Chinese New Year, so we get like a week or two off. I'm not having to. We get like a week or two off where, you know, we can do whatever we want. And it was the day before we were supposed to go back to work that I saw this post. And like I say, there were 4,000 people infected, and I still remember looking at it, I was like, oh my word, 4,000 people, that's so many people, you know, how are they going to manage? And then we went back to work the next day, and I said to the head TA at my school, I was like, you know, what about the virus? Is it safe for us to be here? We're bordering China, we don't know if it's anyone here is affected. And she was like, what virus? The next day our school closed, and we were closed for 3 months, no work, no pay, nothing. We were stuck in Vietnam.
You guys got hit pretty hard.
My parents, thankfully, my parents helped us pull through. They helped me pay rent and stuff, because a lot of foreigners got stuck in Vietnam over those 3 months. Because the thing is, if you don't teach, you don't get paid. We get paid hourly. You don't get a set salary.
Yeah.
So those 3 months were rough, I'm not going to lie. But they were also nice in the sense of all the foreigners in our town or our city spent a lot of time together. So it kind of formed the friendships that never would have had the opportunity to form.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that would be like, because now you're stuck in a foreign country, you can't go anywhere.
3 months.
Like,
I was so hungover the entire time. It was ridiculous.
Well, that was the first bit of lockdown here. That was my life as well. I
Yeah.
bought so much alcohol to pull me through those 6 months. It lasted about 3
But the thing
days.
is, in South Africa, you guys went into lockdown and everyone had to lock down. With us, it was just the schools.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we couldn't like go out drinking and stuff like that, but we could go down to the bottle store and go, well, they didn't have bottle stores there, but go down to the supermarket, grab a couple of beers and stuff. And I mean, we did the hundreds club where it's a shot of beer every minute for 100 minutes. Trashed. I made it to like 77 or 78 hours. I tapped out.
Why?
Then they did a 200s club the next week where it was 200 shots. And I didn't do that one. I stayed at home.
This is why we stayed in lockdown, because when South Africans try that, you have alcohol-induced issues at hospitals.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was so annoyed the first time we came out of lockdown, and I promise you, the people from Poch. If it wasn't for the Poch people, we would not have gone back into lockdown. Oh yeah, you were at Poch for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, lockdown was crazy. And I remember talking to you before we even hit it. I think we heard of the first case coming to the country, and it was chilled, everyone was still doing their thing. And the first case in Pretoria, and I remember shitting out Ty because he went out on a date. But right after he found out, I'm like, Ty, dude, you need to be careful now, like, be serious. About 2 weeks later, we're all out at the club.
Yeah, because you stopped caring.
Yeah. And that was before it got bad, and then like 2 days after that, we all like, yo, that was dumb. We're not feeling great. And then I came back home here, and lockdown happened, and we were stuck.
At
6
least
months.
you had clubs. Dundee, we have
but
nothing.
that's okay, because like we go into lockdown, we're used to not doing anything. Can you imagine for the people that are used to going out?
Yeah. At least so my situation was a bit different. I was a bit more stable at the time, so I could get through 3 months of lockdown out of the 6.
Must be nice.
But also coming out of it, everything's destroyed. Like, my business works around being with people, and now everyone's scared.
Mm-hmm.
Like, companies don't want to work with you if you have to be in close proximity.
But same as well with my makeup and stuff, you know. And then also that I'm glad that I wasn't in South Africa then, because I don't do makeup full time. I do it part time and try to work full days as well. And I'm glad I wasn't here, because I mean my friend's wedding got postponed like 4 times. You know, so that impacts the photographers and the videographers, the makeup artists, the wedding planners, like everyone that is involved in one event gets set back and they lose out on that. And I mean, like, she ended up having her wedding at home. So the people that were meant to work at the venue and stuff, like, they can't now work because people are having to reduce the wedding sizes. And it just, I didn't enjoy lockdown that much in Vietnam. Like, it was nice, but it was really stressful. But I definitely preferred it to having
100%. It's interesting. Lockdown wasn't fun, but sitting here in the position I'm in now, I'm like, yo, if there was a mandatory lockdown for like 2 weeks every year, I'd be so okay with it.
Yeah.
Seeing, like, just thinking about the mental growth I had through that period was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And I guess we have to kind of take the positives, even though it was a really horrible time. But I guess now it's just one of those things where we live and move on, and now we've got riots and all sorts of things.
Oh my God, don't even get me started. Those flipping riots that happened when you were up in Durban, and I was so worried about you. I was so pissed off because the economy has taken a massive hit now because of COVID.
Yeah.
You know, people haven't been working, the country's been losing money. Let's be honest, South Africa has not had a stable economy in so long. And now they want to go and riot. I mean, there was a guy that was pulled over by the news station, and they asked him, like, why is he rioting? And he's like, no, he's got a baby coming in 2 weeks. He's holding a new bicycle. No, he's got a baby coming in 2 weeks. He needs to stay fit. I was like, what are you talking about?
But that's the thing, and that's why these issues are never going to get resolved, because it's the quick fix. Let's steal stuff, quick fix.
Yeah.
And that hit us with 20% of our economy going down again.
Yeah, well, they said something about it taking like 20 years for the places that were hit to recover. There's now wholesalers that aren't opening up again because it's like, as je dom is met je kak, and now we're not going to give it back to you.
Oh, yeah. So many of the big like chains, like Nike and all those places, they're literally refusing to open.
No, I don't blame them.
I don't want to open. What's the point?
But you know what I love? It's one of my favorite things about being South African is we always manage to find humor in a serious situation. Like, look at those guys that were pouring the cooking oil outside of the Checkers. We always find a way to make something funny. The rest of the world's probably like, what?
We did the same with COVID.
Exactly, exactly.
I remember the memes coming out while we were running around in bulletproof vests, reading memes of what we were busy in, and it was the funniest thing ever. Like, anything could happen at any moment, but here's the funny between all the horrible.
I feel like we're the only country that does it.
I think it's important.
It is, no, of course. Is it important, or is it a toxic coping mechanism?
I think it can be both.
Yeah.
Like, I think with COVID it became a bit toxic because we pushed it too far. Like, we prolonged our reaction too long.
Yes, we were kind of like in denial.
Yeah,
yes.
With this, people were in action and others were making memes.
Yeah.
I think in this situation it's good because every day was hearing about someone getting murdered or something going on. So it was nice just to have a bit of a humorous spark now and then, just to show you that you're human. You don't have to get sucked into the war mentality.
Yes.
So yeah, it was interesting. I hope it doesn't happen again. It was bad. Like, I got stories that definitely cannot make online because fuck, it was bad. It was horrible, actually. Like, I remember the first time I came home before I left again and then came back. My aunt literally started talking to me about it, and she's like, "Is this one of those situations where we just don't talk about it?" I'm like,
"You told me."
100%.
Yeah.
We're not talking.
I was still so pissed off with you because you went out in Durban when they were rioting there, didn't you?
We went on an ammo run.
Yes, no, I was extremely pissed off with you. I was not happy.
Yeah, see, this is why I don't tell people about things. This is also why I didn't tell my stepfather that I have COVID.
At least, yeah, shame. But at least you know that it's because people care about you. I'm not doing
100%,
it. I'm not doing
100%.
it because I'm like, Donnie, you better listen to me.
It's one of the things that I am working on because I have this trait where I'm very like me and I want to do this because I want to help.
Just stubborn.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely. I'm not even going to deny
good.
it. But I understand, like I'm slowly realizing that I have people around me where I need to think before I act on certain things. Even if it's like for the greater good, like I do have people around me. And I made one of those realizations on tour last year. I did a cliff jump and it went wrong. But on camera, it doesn't look like it went that badly. But I remember getting out the water. I was sitting with Kayla and I'm like, listen, I just realized I need to stop doing dumb shit. Because that jump actually went horribly wrong.
What happened that it went wrong though?
So it was a very high jump. It was just under 30 meters, so you have a lot of air time. And the body follows the head. And I didn't realize it in the jump, but my head was leaning, so my body started going sideways. So when I made impact with the water, and I was looking down the whole time, so when I made impact with the water, I wasn't straight, and my face took most of the impact after the splash.
You're lucky you didn't break your fucking face.
No, I'm lucky I didn't break anything. And I swam out like nothing happened because I don't want people to worry or be like, yo, see, we told you so.
See, you need to stop doing that.
Also, I was on a very slippery cliff and there was no way back other than jumping. So I kind of put myself in a position where it's you either jump and figure out what's going to happen or you're stuck on the cliff face.
How did you get up there?
I climbed up and then I climbed down, but there was no way to climb back up. Because when you slide down a wet rock, it's easy to slide down and catch a grip at the bottom, but you're not climbing back up the wet rock.
Well, I'm going to put my shoes back on because there's mosquitoes biting my feet. Anyways, continue.
Might be spiders.
Yeah, we're in a gang.
Don't say that, man. I don't like spiders.
He hates spiders as well.
I can't stand
So does this guy.
No, I can't.
Studio audience, spider haters.
No, I literally can't.
Okay, but so you're in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Let's get into some educational purposes for the young South Africans out there.
Yeah.
You taught in you taught in Thailand first?
No, so what happened was we went to Thailand to do our TEFL course. Now, most people these days are doing it online.
Okay.
Which is, I didn't know you could do it online. Otherwise, I would have just saved that money because I sold every asset that I have. I had one asset, it was my car, and I sold my car to go to Thailand. And we still don't do this. We still jippoed the bank statements because you don't need a visa to get into Thailand for 1 month, right?
Okay.
But we wanted to stay there for 2 because we wanted to look for work afterwards. So we needed a certain amount of money to have our visa approved. And after I paid for my plane ticket, I wouldn't have had enough money to get it approved. So we just sent our bank statements through before we paid for it and then went to Thailand with nothing. That's a bit dramatic. With like a little bit. And then,
a little bit overseas is almost nothing. Like if you don't know what you get.
Although the Thai baht is weaker than us, so like our currency is stronger than theirs, so you get more, yeah. But I say that I would prefer to do it online, but I'd never take back the experience. That month on that island was incredible. The water, like those photos that you see on Google where it's just like crystal clear blue and it's amazing. And then we tried to look for work, but Thailand was very strict at that stage and they wanted degrees and we didn't have them. I mean, I was 19, Fergus was 18. He had just finished school, like we literally left in February. He finished school in December. So we went over, couldn't find jobs. We were stuck in this little beach house. Shame, it was very nice.
That sounds so
No,
horrible.
I know.
Stuck in a beach house.
Listen. Okay, it sounds a lot more glamorous than it is, but bless him. Fergus's mom had a friend that lives in Thailand, and he was like, I've got this house, it's at the beach. You guys are more than welcome to stay there. You don't have to pay for rent. Just pay electricity until you find a job. And we get there, and it's like, it's rough, guys. It was rough. Our mattress was like polystyrene blocks.
Your mattress?
The mattress was polystyrene. Block. Yeah. And we found a couple of like Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse blankets, like kitties blankets in the wardrobe. They don't have kids, don't know where it came from. And we just used that and stacked that on. And no one spoke English. There were no restaurants in that town. The closest city to us was half an hour away, and we had a motorbike, like a little scooter. Yeah. And it was rough, but we learned a lot about ourselves in that month. I mean, Fergus and I had only been dating for 5 months when we went over. So that's already diving into commitment.
That's a big one.
Thailand was rough. There's things that have happened that you know about that, really changed me. But I don't think I would take it back.
100%.
Just because I'm happy of where I am now.
you wouldn't be where you are right now if
Exactly.
it wasn't for any of those experiences.
No, exactly.
And the knowledge or the experience, I can't English either. The knowledge you gain from those experiences, you can take with you forever, honestly.
That's the one thing I'm grateful for. Is there's a lot of people that I went to school with that stayed here. But when I say here, I mean like in Dundee.
Yeah.
And nothing against them. They're all still great people, but they haven't grown to the extent that I now know that we can grow.
Yeah.
Because when you're stuck in Dundee, you're like, oh, well, you know, this is life, this is it, got to get a job, get married, have kids, blah, blah, blah. But then leaving, I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to do it because I didn't know that I was able to grow to the point where I am now.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't take it back to the world.
It's true, because when I left Dundee, obviously a lot younger, but our family being so conservative, growing up on a farm, milking cows in the morning, by the time I was in grade 7, my life was fishing and living on a farm, and that's all it was. I even remember this message you wrote on my shirt when we left grade 7. It was, keep fishing, just not for fish for girls.
Are you serious?
Literally, that's what you wrote.
And I've been the best wing woman ever since.
That's not even a lie. And me leaving and coming back in high school, already I saw, wow, people are very different here. Because getting into high school, a little bit of a bigger city, it is so much difference. And this is why traveling is probably one of the most important things, is we understand the capabilities that we actually have in growing as human beings. When you're stuck with the same people constantly. Oh, we have a guest. You can call the cat. If it comes, I'll be jealous and impressed.
It's coming.
Wow. Okay, while you do that, the cat got into a fight with monkeys. The cat won.
The neighbor's cat was also there. Well, a cat.
Yeah, that cat,
Was she-
it's over there. It's walking away.
This cat cares not.
Bitch.
See, not.
No, that's a female dog.
You know my favorite saying?
Can't say that word.
Wow.
That's not a happy cat.
Give me a cat.
That's not.
No.
Definitely not a happy cat.
It's a baby. It's a little baby.
It doesn't. It's okay. It's going to be your guys' fault if the SPCA gets called on us.
See,
They won't.
cats are like women.
Huh?
They know how-
Choose your next words very carefully.
There you
No.
go. We actually have a lady on our
I know,
podcast
and
now.
I'm sticking with it. Cats are like women.
Yeah.
They know how you feel, they just don't care.
Bullshit.
I'm
I'm so sorry about the women that you've met. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's a lot. That's rubbish, right?
No, it's rubbish. There is an entire
They all leave me.
There's an entire line of conversation off of that.
That was so
Yeah, I
sad.
know. He's very
Amish.
against himself when it comes to women.
What?
Sips one quietly in the corner.
What?
Listen, we're not talking about my love.
No, but you haven't spoken at all in like.
Yeah, let's
how-
get into
yeah,
this.
let's
No,
get
no,
You
into
have
it.
no.
lady advice here now. I think let's get into it.
No. You see, I haven't spoken because I generally don't know what. Like, I don't have input on those things. I don't have experience.
I know, that's all we're asking you about.
Don't have experience.
Not about love. I mean, the previous topic.
Okay, but we're talking about what you said about the cat.
was also
We can digress for a little bit. That's fine.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's put you on the spotlight. You're drinking wine. You're loose. You even have a signet ring on. Let's go for it.
No.
Oh, shame.
Put
You
me on the
just,
spot. That's like never happens. No, that's like.
you're the co-host of a podcast.
No, see, I can't
now,
even
like,
English either. Like, I
it's the
can't.
wine.
Contagious.
I can't function when I'm on the spot.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I feel that. Yeah.
So, as the podcast progresses, maybe we'll get something out of you. So, any advice for a South African wanting to actually go teach now?
Get a degree.
Teaching degree. Or any degree.
It depends where you are. So now I know in Vietnam they accepted any degree.
Okay.
I don't know if they're now becoming more, because I mean I've been home for 3.5 months, so I don't know if they're a bit stricter now, and now it has to be an education degree. That's one of the reasons why I'm studying education now, is so that it's like foolproof. You know, they can't fault me. But number one thing is like, I did not know anything about teaching abroad.
Yeah.
I just dived into it head first. I didn't even know if we'd get a job. But Fergus and I, like, this is also why we're such a good team, because we made it. We did it ourselves. Okay, look, financially, his parents helped, my parents helped, but they got to a point where there was no more help.
Yeah.
And we had to do it ourselves.
And you were there for what? A good
3 years on
3
and
years.
off, yeah. So, you know, we made it. And I got so many messages from people like, oh, can I come over? I mean, there was that incident with, I'm not going to mention his name, but was a very good friend of Fergus's who ended up stabbing us in the back, and it kind of got twisted. And, you know, when we came home, there were people like, oh, we heard you stabbed so-and-so in the back, and like, that's really messed up. So, you know, there was a lot of, there were a lot of trials that we had to face while we were there, and I think people that want to go over don't actually realize that you have to sacrifice a lot. It's cool, you travel, you see new things, you see new places, you meet new people, you do things you've never done before, but it all comes at a price.
Yeah, you're still going there to survive. And
exactly, you still have to earn a salary, you still have to feed yourself, you still have to live like a decent human being. You know, you don't see your family, you don't see your friends that are back home. I was so lucky that my best female friend, that Alex came over, you know, because that honestly filled a void that I never knew was there when she came over. So it's, everyone just kind of wants to jump on this flippin' teaching in Asia bandwagon, but they don't actually understand the sacrifices that it comes with.
It's almost the same thing as everyone wanting to jump onto the social media bandwagon.
Exactly.
Like, oh,
they don't
I see
understand
all these
the work
guys
behind
doing
it.
great, but it's a job. It's not a holiday. It's not actually fun when you're doing it as a job.
Exactly.
Like,
No, exactly.
I don't know how my mentality is going to be about this in the next couple of months, but as of now, I'm finding this fun. I'm kind of... So I left DLA to do this, to basically start filming with Daniel and just basically work on media with him. And I've been treating it like a job, and it's been really fun trying to learn how to edit and do all these different things.
Yeah.
I'm finding it fun now, but I have a feeling soon you're gonna fucking throw me under the bus.
It's always fun. I'd imagine it's the same.
There's
as
nothing wrong with your job being
abroad.
fun though. I love teaching.
Yeah, and you enjoy traveling as well. Like, I know you like seeing the world.
Love it.
I enjoy creating content. There are moments in doing that where it's maybe not fun, but you can still push through the hard times because you really enjoy it. Your passion sits there. And as soon as your passion sits there, it doesn't matter. Like, I've had moments where I didn't even want to touch a camera. Like, that's happened often. But then you just step back, you do your thing, you move away from it because you don't want to turn your passion into something you hate. So that's why it's important to step back. And I think a lot of people don't quite understand that. That's why a lot of your big time social media stars fall off so hard. It's because they push it too hard. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to move away from work.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. It's okay to stick in the same thing but move on to a different like subcategory of it, if that makes sense. I mean, like when I was teaching, I taught kindergarten for the first year that we were there, and then we came back, and then we went back and I taught them for another year, so about 2 years I taught kindy, and I hated it. Those kids were so cute, don't get me wrong. Like, I had my favorites, and you know what, if your teachers say that they don't have favorites, it's not right to have that, they lie.
Oh, no,
because it is so easy.
And I was never the favorite.
And neither was I ever.
Same.
No, it was horrendous. In junior school, I swear every teacher hated me. But anyways.
At Olsen.
At Olsen, yeah. Although, no, there were a couple, like, favorites, like Mrs. von Staden. I absolutely loved her.
No,
but they
you were liked by
by you
teachers.
and Cameron.
And teachers.
No. Out of all the girls in our class, I had detention the most. I got the most hidings.
This makes sense.
I was a demon child.
Me once.
I slapped her once in front of the class. I remember that. What did you do? You did something
I
that
asked-
warranted a slap.
I asked you and Janae on a date for the same day, same
At
time,
Spur.
same place.
Yeah, same days. And then he didn't think that we would
This
tell
is like
each other.
this
and
is
then,
like grade fucking
6. It was
or
grade 6.
something.
And that was the day that Daniel learned not to tell girls anything because we talk to each other.
No, clearly.
Yeah.
I learned.
But thank God it never went through because like it's such a this is the most platonic friendship I've ever had.
Yeah,
and like
this is dope.
I've got friends that are girls. This is more platonic than that.
I haven't had a
He's
female.
like my brother.
When I was in junior school, I didn't have a single female friend.
Why not though?
I don't know. I was never a
You were a
sociable-
shit in school.
But you also-
he was in grade 2 when we were in grade 7. I was his class's prefect. He was a shit.
I was a
Yeah,
shit.
he was a shit. He used to swear at me. all the
Also a
time.
very
I
late
remember.
bloomer.
I was a very
Yeah.
angry child.
Yeah.
And late bloomer. Like, you only really started coming out of your shell in high school.
A lot of people only start coming out
grade
of their shell in
11.
adulthood.
Okay, no, that's true, 100%.
Grade
like,
11.
It's okay, but like knowing you were very, very quiet. And I understand why, like family issues and all those things, like it's a big thing. But I'm glad to see you coming out of your shell.
See, that's the thing. You were a shit, but I was a demon child. That's a lot worse.
I find it funny how we're sitting at this podcast and you were his prefect.
And my soccer coach. We were in the same
Yes,
soccer
we
team.
still won the World Cup.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Oh wait, what team were you?
The one that didn't win.
Yeah, no, we
Where
did.
where'd our audience go?
They left.
That's
It's
why I'm
boring.
just checking the cameras. But yeah, I was. No, you guys were Mexican.
We're not
We were
hired.
in New Zealand.
I was Mexican.
We were in New Zealand. We kicked ass. But you know what pissed me off about that World Cup situation as well? Is that we played against a team. You remember Andre Gilmeet?
Yes.
So we played against his team in the final. And I still remember, I think Wendy was on our team.
You guys made the final?
Yeah, we won.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, we were good. And
I'm
it
useless.
was Wendy was on the team, and I think Carl, Anya's brother, was on the team, and then it was Yuri, myself, and I can't remember who else. But then everyone that bullied me, I'm not going to mention names, but everyone that bullied me in school was on the side of the other team. So every time we did something right, they would like shout at the ref and like, oh no, this, and then when we won, like you and Cameron congratulated us, and that was about it, you know. I would relive grade 11 and grade 12 in a heartbeat. I would not, if you paid me all the money in the world, relive junior school. I hated junior school.
Can I tell you the interesting thing about that situation? And I just thought about it. You were definitely a lot more out there in junior school. To the point where like small town mentality can't understand it. And I think that's why you got bullied.
No, but also, do you know why? It's because you see, I'm trying to look nice, but I'm actually poor. I don't even have a button on my shirt. Is my mom is one of the strongest women I know. You know, we used to butt heads all the time. I mean, we only really became close when I was in matric. And I have a lot of my personality traits come from my mom. So in school, if you want to give me shit, I'm not going to stand for it.
Yeah, 100%.
I used to stand up for myself all the time. I almost got into a fist fight when I was 8 years old. A prefect had to pull me off someone, you know, because... And that's the thing as well, is like, I've had a lot of people that have wanted me to go into like Miss South Africa and all that kind of vibe. I can't because I'm in a relationship and I've got tattoos. But if I were to do that, my charity would be anti-bullying, because there's nothing that I hate more than bullying. Because of the things that I went through and I saw other people go through, I would not redo rules, and if you gave me all the money in the world.
It's also interesting because the people that bullied you, and I'm sure there was a point where I was one of those people. No,
you teased me. You were never really an asshole.
Okay, so I was just a cheeky fuck. Basically.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, you were just
Much
cheeky.
has
But
not
the same
right?
people who bullied you, when I left and started coming back to visit, it's the same people that looked at me like an outsider.
But they do.
And-
It's that clique.
Yeah.
It's that clique of people. And I don't know, I feel like you and I, from a young age, even with Cameron, you know, look at everyone that we went to school with and look at what the three of us have done compared to the people we were at school with. No shade on them. Like, everyone has kind of progressed in the way that they've wanted to and that they've
100%,
meant
yeah.
to. And all respect to them for doing that, really. But we were never really meant to fit in.
100%.
We never
And
did.
you can definitely see the differences. Like the people that stayed here compared to the people that went to Stallies or to Potch or wherever. You can see how
The people that went
difference
to
in
Potch were just
mentality
hungover every day.
That's
Don't
kind
tell my
of
mother
that's kind of
that.
first year.
I came
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
Dundee, and I went because I was grabbing a lift home with them from Dundee.
Yeah.
So I went to pick him up from school.
Yeah.
That's a weird sentence. Sorry.
Don't worry,
I'm-
I was picking up my boyfriend
I'm
from school when we started
I'm
dating.
standing there, and I'm seeing all these people who used to be in my class and my grade still doing matric, and they're walking out, and I had a chat with one of them, and I'm like, nothing's changed. It's weird because when you come back home, things feel very different, you know. But it feels different, but it feels the same at the exact same time. But what you need to realize is the town and this place hasn't changed. You're the one that's changed.
Exactly.
That's why it feels different.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's actually really sad. I feel sad for the people that have not been able to experience the things that we have.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone,
No,
but
no,
I just,
never, but-
it is sad because people just don't understand what getting out of this fucking town can do for you.
It's like you don't know what growth feels like until you grow.
Exactly.
And everyone promotes growth until you outgrow someone else, and then it's like, whoa, you know
Too
what?
much growth.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
then,
for sure.
Then it's not growth anymore. Then you've just changed.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's
the
such a
problem.
good way
Okay,
to put
like,
it.
You've changed. I don't like
Yeah,
this. It's
no,
like,
for sure.
No, I've grown.
And that's, yeah,
They're
past
just
this
jealous.
point.
when I came home, I had a couple of friends tell me like, listen, you've changed, and the look on their face made it seem as though it wasn't a good thing. But I'm at that point of my life now. I'm 24. I'm not a grandmother by any means, but like, I'm at that age now where I don't give a shit.
100%.
what other people think.
100%.
I know what I've been through since I finished school.
Mm.
A lot of it traumatic. You know everything. A lot of it has been so traumatic that it still keeps me up at night. But I have grown into someone that I know my parents are proud of. I'm proud of myself for being able to. I mean, like, I would not want to be friends with myself, the person that I was in high school.
Same.
I wouldn't
same.
want to be friends with me.
Yeah,
I was
100%.
awful in high school. You know, just because I think it was also the bullying. I mean, I stopped being bullied in grade 9, I think, where I was just like, enough is enough. And then from there, it was just like defense mechanism after defense mechanism. Like, bitch was my defense mechanism. And I'm so glad that I've been able to progress past the stage. Now I can look at it maturely and be like, you're not worth my time, instead of jumping down their throats. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, there's a big difference. This door's really hot. Can
Yeah,
anyone
Simone
else
is
feel
brave.
it?
I can feel it on my lip.
On that camera.
I don't want to sit here
Thanks,
because it's
Devon.
going to fall over.
It won't if you
No,
sit
the
like a
edges,
normal
so
human.
I don't know how to do that, guys. I'm sweating.
Yeah,
You
even
can sit
me.
anywhere from
I'm
here.
going to take my shoes off again.
From here that way. So there's the line.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Chin.
it's crazy to see the changes. I look back at my growth and I'm like, wow, it's been like this. There've been times that I thought I grew, but I thought I grew.
I did growth.
And there was growth, but I found myself in a weird position. And I thought about this the other day. I'm having a bath, and I'm like, okay, just chilling.
Thanks for sharing.
And this thing hit me. Well, I don't have a shower. Generally, everyone thinks in the shower. I don't have one of those yet. And I thought about the past couple months before I came back to Durban. And I realized that I was almost forcibly putting myself in a position of feeling depression and anxiety, because everyone around me was like that, and I felt like I needed to fit into that. It's like, here I am, like, I'm moving out of the small town, I'm doing my thing, I'm growing, and then I meet people where I click, but now I want to fit in all of a sudden. So, like, I don't want to give the company's name, but around that, that group, it's okay. Depression online has become such a big thing. The people around me feel it, and I've never felt it until I became part of that group. And it was almost like I was forcing myself into
But it's weird how
depression.
your brain tricks you into that as well, you know? It's...
I was an anxious wreck, and then I go to Durban, don't feel any anxiety, don't get depressed, and I'm like,
wait a second.
what is going on here?
That's weird.
Like, environmental. And I remember someone saying to me, I don't understand how a location can change who you are. And as much
Who's
as
this person? They need to be punched in the face.
if I told you, you'll be like, oh shit.
No, I'd probably still punch them in the face.
That's
I'd
fine.
probably still like
Can I
really
say
like
something?
them, but
No, you probably would, and I would probably pay for that fight, 100%. But I realized if it's not the location, it's the people you're around.
no, for sure.
Like, that's what it is, and-
what else is going to make you feel like that?
100%.
What else, other than your environment and the people that you're around? What else actually makes people depressed and anxious?
100%. It's the environment you're in and the people you're around.
Exactly.
'Cause everyone else is on this growth path, but they're all still very depressed and anxious.
But that's the thing, is like a lot of people say, oh, it's a chemical imbalance. Like, yes, I have someone very close to me with clinical depression. It's a chemical imbalance. They cannot help it.
Yeah, 100%.
But their environment and the people that they are around heavily influence how they react to that imbalance. So it's got everything to do with your environment.
Yeah. And
for sure.
some people are just kind of using it. I remember, like, you went through your stage and we chatted a lot. You're kind of out of it now. But it's interesting to see how people react to it. Everyone wants to grow, but no one's willing to actually look at themselves and grow.
Yeah.
It's, I'm depressed, you depressed. Yo, look at yourself. Do this, do that, aware. But never, like, internalize, oh shit, wait, maybe this is going on. And I didn't realize I was forcing myself into it until the other day. When I was kind of looking back, I'm like, I'm not this person. And I remember in that moment being like, I'm not this person. I want to go back to who I was. And everyone was like, no, you can't go back. You need to grow. Go forward. And as much as that makes sense, who I was made sense to me because I didn't feel this. I just needed to figure out how to move forward into going back to the normal me.
Makes sense, yeah. No,
But
that makes sense.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why I spoke so loudly, but the thing with a lot of, I've spoken to so many people, especially on the live streams that I did. Some of my friends, they're like, no, they're depressed. But something that even I did myself when I was in that stage was we force ourselves into depression because it's a really comfortable position. So we
Get
don't
attention.
actually want, we don't want to come out of it. And it's easy to feel sad angry with yourself and angry with life. And it's really hard to get out of that space. You just need the right people. That's why I'm very thankful that you were there.
I appreciate that. But it's also like, I get flack for this a lot because I've gotten a lot harder from my experiences. Like both of us have been through a lot of like traumatic experiences and we all grow from that. I've become hard. I'm almost like, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm almost my stepdad with some things. And as much as it
I don't
makes...
know Uncle Tony personally, so I don't really know what to compare that to.
Like when we're sitting at the dinner table, if he slouches, I'll give him shit for it.
I appreciate
it's like that
by
kind
the
of
way.
thing. So like there's instances where
Can I
that
just say
comes
something?
out.
I also kind of feel like, and I might be overstepping here, so feel free to cut it out.
Go for it.
But I also feel like because you didn't have a father figure growing up, that you've kind of grown into this person of wanting to be that for other people, whether it is a
100%,
cousin, like as a
yeah,
brother,
100%.
you know what I mean? So I feel like that also has a lot to do. That's the thing, is like people don't actually... You realize it, but you don't physically think about how your childhood impacts what you become later in life.
It's so major.
It's insane. I'm not having kids. I'll damage those things. I'm not having them.
A lot of
No,
people say
thank
so. Like
you.
I'm on the same boat because of how the world's going. Like I would like to think I'll be a good parent, but I don't know. I'm not scared to find out, but also I don't want to bring something.
I think you would be a
into
good
this
dad,
world.
but it's not. I'm not saying that in a way of like you'd be a good dad. You should have kids. You don't have to have kids. This is the thing. Oh my word. Okay, I'm digressing, but yes, like.
I want to have kids because I want to prove that I'm better than my past and that I can be better than my past.
Okay, I completely agree with what you're saying and understand, but I don't think you should use another human being to prove that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm also
See,
about
no,
to say
no,
like,
yeah.
yo, prove
Yeah,
just like
That's not what,
use
what
you.
I mean.
I
want
rephrase
kids
it. Yes.
because I want to
Because you
be
know
able
that
to
no.
treat them.
Yeah, but you
in the
know
right way.
you want kids because
Yeah.
you know that you can be good for them.
Exactly.
Feel you. I don't want kids.
100%.
I'm still there. What my biggest thing is like as a woman in today's society, everyone's like, oh, when are you gonna have kids? You're 24. And when I say I don't want kids, I mean I do not want kids.
100%.
Okay? And when people come at me like, oh, you'll change your mind, or you know, that's just how you feel now, oh, that's what I said. Good for you. I'm so glad for you.
Can I get a shot there?
I'm happy for you if that's how you felt.
Oh.
Fine, fair enough.
Is that how it's going?
But
I'll just take the whole bottle.
this thing. But I'm so sick and tired of people expecting me to have kids because I am female.
That's the whole thing. Marriage is the same thing. I was talking to my gran about this last night. I was like, Gran, you know, if I was mom, I would have a 3-year-old right now. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, me with a 3-year-old
Thank you.
child.
Oh, the wine's finished.
Yeah, I know, it's so sad. We need to make plans.
You're gonna go for a walk.
Mind.
I'm already feeling it.
It's hard.
Lightweight.
Yeah, I've
Have you
drank.
eaten?
I'm not. No.
You're lying
See, I
here
ate
at that
before I
weird
came.
sandwich thing.
A weird sandwich
When?
thing. What the hell is
This
a weird
morning.
sandwich thing?
Oh, I had a peanut butter sandwich this morning.
If I cross
A
my
single.
legs, do you think this is gonna...
Let's find out.
I haven't drunk in a long time.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I have a glass of wine almost every day after work. It's amazing.
That's some.
Oh, it's good.
That's some.
I don't
adult
have
issues.
no, I don't have to, but it's like because I never wanted to be a smoker. Right, my mom smoked for like 26, 27 years or something, and like she's now on her 6th year, I think. I'm not smoking, so proud
wow.
of her. Yeah, I'm very proud of her. But I was never going to start smoking, and I was one of those immature little girls when I started dating Fergus. I was like, if you smoke, I'm breaking up with you.
I've had that.
I hate it so much, and I'm thinking about like Simone, what's wrong with you, bro?
So toxic.
But that's.
It's so toxic. Anyway, so I caught
learn.
him smoking the one night.
Yeah.
And I flipped my shit. I was like, I'm not having this. I will not date a man that smokes. Da, 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 da. What happened? We started dating. And then... 18, 19, 20. I teach English, not maths. 19, 20, 20, maybe 3 years later, I started smoking. On my birthday, on an island off of the shore of Vietnam. So I feel like that also... The whole
Some first world
vibe.
problems.
You know? I know, it's first world problems. But anyways, so now that I'm trying to stop, like usually when I get home from work, sit down, have a smoke, have a cup of coffee, whatever. And now I'm like, sit down, have a glass of wine, have another glass of wine, have another glass of wine.
I did that at the lodge. It
Not an
was,
alcoholic, just putting it out there.
That's what an alcoholic would say.
No, I don't need it. I just like it. There's
Yeah.
a difference.
But I back it. At the lodge, my life was revolved around smoking weed and drinking after work. It was weed to cope through the day, and then to end the day, it was
that's unhealthy.
6 to 10 beers.
That's
every
very
day. No,
unhealthy.
it was. We realized.
Yeah, no. Glad.
Now I don't really smoke that much weed. I have a joint here and there, but
It's
that's
not
about
weed.
it.
Watch your previous podcast.
It's what Vicks. We said it smells like Vicks.
It does smell like. You said it smells like.
It does.
I agree. It used to smell like lemon, but they freaking changed it. It got miffed.
Well, there's feathers
got
in there.
miffed.
It's probably like ratted out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rats don't have feathers.
Don't tell
Anyway.
me. Crushed.
I didn't even register that. It's probably because I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't see.
Oh, because you can't see, you don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, it's like, you know when people are driving and they need to see where they're going, so they turn down the music so they can see?
I don't
It's the same.
understand that, but I do it.
I understand it. No,
I don't understand it either, but I do it because I can't focus.
Because, yeah,
Yeah.
it's your focus. Not that you can't see, it's that you're busy focusing on that, okay? When the music is lower, you can actually hear what's going on around you. You can zone into
I
your
love
surroundings.
how you telling me this without a license. It's amazing. It's like,
Because I just think
Why don't you
about
have
shit.
your
it makes sense, but
Oh, yeah, this is true.
yeah.
Let's start a GoFundMe
Okay, for who?
for his license.
Let's go start
I don't even have
GoFundMes
a
for
license.
everyone. I'm keen.
Me, even me.
Dope.
Me, even me. Me, even me.
Okay, so let's
we digressed like
get
an hour
onto
ago.
some track.
Yes.
You taught, you went overseas, you've been in a relationship for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been what, 5 years?
5 years.
That's a long way.
It's a long ass
My
time.
longest is 4 months.
9
Just
months.
putting it out there.
That's really sad. I'm so sorry.
Okay, but quick digression. I feel that yes, it might be a short time that I don't quite understand long term. No, but it's for the people. They need to understand.
I was wrong, sorry, 10 months.
Yours?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It
My
took,
longest-
it took me 9 months to kiss her.
That's
Shame. My longest before my 5 years with Fergus was 9 months. So I did like a major.
Yeah, but it's no.
But it's what happens when you find your person.
No, 100%.
He's my person.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like mine were 4 months because I quickly realized the problems and like
The red flags.
And as
for
much as I
sure.
try to work on it, and this is kind of where I want to move with the conversation, is the hard work in a relationship, especially long term. I put the work in, and it was just too toxic, and it ended. So
The one thing I don't like about women of today, and I'm generalizing, so I don't want anyone to take offense, but a lot of women are very manipulative these days. And it's really sad to see because there's no
so are
reason
guys.
to be. I know guys are, but I mean, I
People
can't
in
speak
general
for
are
guys.
assholes.
no, 100%.
You know, I mean, Fergus isn't manipulative, so I can't really speak. But I can say, like, I have had my stages where I've been like, oh, you want to fight? I'm going to cry.
The problem,
know?
100%.
the
Yeah.
problem with relationships in this day and age is that they don't know what love is. They have a feeling and they're just like, oh, let's go with that. They love the feeling of love and they don't love love itself. They don't know what love is.
Exactly. No, a lot of people are chasing relationships because they want. They love the idea of that relationship, like you said,
Yeah.
instead of like the actual feelings.
It's
that
the
come
thought
with
of love
it.
that
Yeah.
they're after.
No, look, like I feel like I'm only 24, and I know that a lot of people older than me will have like a deeper understanding of love. I mean, when I started dating Fergus, I was like, wow, so this is actually what love feels like. But then I was disregarding the relationship I was in before him, which wasn't right, because I was in that relationship when I was 16, 17, and the guy was about 2 years older than me. And I was besotted with him, like obsessed. I can't remember if you and I were close at that stage.
Is it the blonde dude?
This is
I don't
going
wanna
right
say
through
his
me.
name.
I'm going to the bathroom because I think I'm.
Are you
tipsy.
really leaving this podcast to go to the
Are you gonna
bathroom?
throw
gonna
up?
pee. Huh?
What?
This is.
Say the name but cut it out.
What was
You
his
better
name?
fucking cut it out.
No. Yes.
Yes, I'm talking about.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cut that part out.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'll just beep it.
no, because you can see my mouth moving.
No, I'll blow your mouth. I can do that. I'm an editor.
Okay, fine, whatever. So I was in a relationship with him and I was absolutely obsessed with him. We were only together for 9 months, but young love is a flippin' weird thing. That situation escalates
100%.
so quickly. Whereas with Fergus, like, I'm not gonna lie, the thing that attracted me to Fergus was definitely looks first, because I didn't really know him much. And then I became friends with him, and he was like, he didn't date, but he was with my best friend at the time.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm the one that made it in the long run. So,
No, that's true.
you know.
You're the winner at that.
Yeah, I'm the winner at the end.
Are you at top or bottom?
But can't definitely adopt. But I lost my train of thought again.
Whoops.
That was a good question though.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I haven't drank in a while and I'm feeling that.
I feel like I'm more drunk just because I'm not wearing my glasses, so everything is blurry. So my brain is like, I can't see. Am I drunk or am I just blind?
It is hot. It is hot.
Yeah.
But you're talking about.
Dude, you're wearing a fucking jersey, man.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yari.
You're
I might
talking-
actually
Yari,
can
that
have
is my
a
name.
t-shirt or something.
Yeah,
I can.
Mix, audience, can you please fetch one of my
A
t-shirts
nice one.
for Simone? Look for one that says WODFIT on it. Those are comfortable.
Thank you. I'm getting
This is
good.
not a free fucking brand deal, WODFIT. You can pay me for my
Get the
shirts.
beer shirt.
Condono, is it on the... Or is
It
it...
says WODFIT.
He's like, is it on the
One of them says speed and the other one says power.
What were we talking about?
speed like the drug or?
No, speed as in like this. It's got the scientific definition of what speed is as a human outputting force. It's training shirts. From
Sorry, my eyes glazed over.
Anyway, you were talking about the
Anyway.
attraction to Fergus and why it was different to the other relationships.
Okay, so when I
You
started
said it was
dating,
looks first. You shut.
it was not. It wasn't looks first,
No.
but looks is what made me make the move because
Okay.
he was dating someone at the time, and I was single when I was in matric, and he was in. No, I was out of school. I was in Poch, and he was in matric, and he was dating someone at the time.
You said similar shit.
I know.
Okay, sorry.
Anyways, so he was dating someone at the time, wasn't my best friend at the time. So I was at his house, like we were jolling together, having a good time. It was his 18th. I still remember we went, and she treated him like shit. Like this, I've got nothing against her personally. She's never done anything to me, but just the sweet and caring person that I know Fergus to be, for him to have to go through that, it just pissed me off to the core. So I think a part of me was like, you know what, I'm going to date this boy because I'm going to show him what it's like to be loved. And here we are 5 years later. Thank you very much. I did a good job.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah,
We're
ne?
still together.
Yeah, we're still together. Yeah. Thanks.
5
Patiently
years.
waiting for the ring, just putting it out there. But anyways, I'm not one
Hey,
of those.
Fergus.
But what was my point? Oh, so when I started dating him and I fell for him, I was like, wow, so this is love. And then, like I said, I kind of just disregarded what I felt for my previous boyfriend. And I was like, no, that's not right. Because with my previous boyfriend, that was love, what I knew it to be at that age.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like the older we get, the more our understanding and our feeling of love evolves. Because now with Fergus, it's a deeper connection than just like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like that. It's like this is my ride or die. I will stick by this person's side no matter what happens. We've been through shit. Let me tell you, Fergus and I have been through it. Some things
I
that
imagine in 5 years you would be.
But no, some things that I don't think other couples have had to deal with.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like I know that's just an assumption, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
probably
pretty,
true.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
probably true.
You know, we've been through it and we've stuck together and it's been hard at times, but we've never been one of those couples to break up and get back together the next week and do that multiple times throughout a year. We've been straight solid for 5 years and it's been hard work. And, you know, that's why a lot of these younger relationships that I see, I'm not going to act like I'm all old and wise, but like these high school relationships, I don't want the people that are still in high school to dwell on the relationship that they have now. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like if you really connect with this person, that's fine. But just know that there is more
No, 100%.
afterwards.
Because also in high school, you haven't had the opportunity to leave and experience what life actually is. High school babies down life.
But that's the thing, as well with Fergus, neither of us had really experienced life. I was at uni for 8 months by the time we started dating. It's experience, but not that much experience.
But you guys grew together through
Exactly.
a lot of it.
And I think that's what kept us together. But I've also said to him that if we had stayed in Dundee, it never would have worked.
Not a chance.
The fact that we
would
got
have
out of Dundee and we left
That-
the country and we had to survive together, that is what makes
Yeah.
our relationship so
100%.
strong.
You guys leaving was probably the best thing for your relationship.
It really was.
100%.
No, it
and
really
probably
was.
just for you guys individually as well. Like you'd learn a lot.
Gee, I'm so sorry, I fucked up your whole code.
I'll refold it, it's fine.
That's fine. I'll sort it out. I need to do so much more.
Can you get up? I'm not fixing
No,
it.
like-
It's 40 now.
I have no idea what I was looking for, I just couldn't.
It's super chilled.
We were talking about...
I'm going to ask the question and then I'm going to leave for like 5 seconds. Because I really need the bathroom as well. Anyway. I know, we're guys, we're weak.
No,
okay?
no, I pee
No,
like
no,
4
no,
times
no,
a
no,
night.
no.
I'm weak.
This
Y'all
is-
are just,
no,
yeah.
this is-
Weak. Okay.
Small bladders.
What does a relationship need? we know it needs love, but
Ooh,
is
no,
that-
no,
is
no.
that everything?
Boy,
It's
don't
not
even get
everything.
me
It's not
started. No, no, no.
Well, get started.
It needs love, but
I'm listening.
for me, and the thing is, like, a lot of, I'll just turn this way.
Hi.
So a lot of people, I feel like, assume that love is all there is to a relationship. And when you're younger, sure, because all the fundamental things of being in a relationship haven't really come into play yet, because you're living at home and, you're at school and you haven't got responsibilities. So you don't really have to focus on the more serious things of being in a relationship. But because I was out of school when I started dating Fergus, for like maybe the first year, it was just purely love and all that mushy stuff, Did you just pee outside?
Yep.
Seems legit. Okay. Anyways.
I come from Dundee.
I need one of those woman cups that you just...
Those things are cool. You can get them on Wish. But
Okay, but anyways.
Trust that.
But, so like I was just telling Yuri, it's... When you're in a relationship in high school, you haven't had to deal with the things that we deal with as adults, obviously. So those other fundamental building blocks of a relationship don't really come into play.
Yeah.
Right? There it's just like kind of fooling around. And if you love the person, cool, good for you, but it's not as serious. Whereas now for me, love is not the first thing on the list. For me, the first thing on the list now is loyalty. Are you going to be loyal to me? Do you trust me? So loyalty and trust, they kind of go together. I trust you to be loyal. You need to trust me to be loyal.
How do you know it's love?
That's kind of like an open-ended question.
Like, and I don't mean for you. You've had a 5-year relationship. I mean, like, when you just meet someone, you just start going out.
The thing is, I feel like...
Or any even in your relationship, how do you know it's love or not just a fall for it?
I'm going to speak, obviously, basically purely on my experience. If I picture my life 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years from now, he's the only person that I picture with me. When we've gone through fights and stuff like that where we've nearly broken up, it breaks my heart to think that he's not going to be there for the rest of my journey. And that's why I say, like, love is so far down on my list because it's not the only thing you need in a relationship.
Yeah.
We are loyal to each other. We trust each other. We are compassionate with one another. We support one another. We do all of these things to kind of help one another grow into better people before we love each other. We're best friends before we're in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a very important thing as well. I mean, Fergus and I, we were friends before we started dating. And I had eyes for him, like, way before we started dating. Only to find out later that he had eyes for me too. But then I was with his best friend and he was my best friend, and it was just like this whole weird thing. Story. It's a story for another day.
That's where the best relationships start. People act like the friend zone is a bad place, which
The
it
friend zone-
is in a lot of cases.
You get different kinds of friend zones.
Yeah.
Fergus was in the friend zone, but that was more of like a mutual choice.
Oh, you didn't really have an option. You guys are dating other people. Like,
We weren't dating other people. We were just seeing
yeah.
other people. There's a difference.
okay.
And his
I need to get to the
other
times.
person was my best friend at the time, so I couldn't really go there.
Yeah.
When I wanted to date him, I still asked her. I was like, "Listen, you're in another relationship now. I schmucked this one. Can I have him? And then she was like, "Yeah, sure, go for it."
And now you have.
And now I have him.
It's
Crazy.
On your question, it's an interesting one because you either meet someone and there's this spark or click where you're so happy and you kind of like there's a connection, and off of the connection then comes love and then comes the hard work. Or you meet someone that's kind of there, you've never really thought about it, and you're kind of moving through the paces, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh wait, okay, maybe this is a person I could try a relationship with. I guess it all depends, and I think that's where this conversation is interesting because you're talking about loyalty, and that's almost where you see it tenfold, because often you see relationships where there's love, but the loyalty doesn't exist.
Especially
Trust
nowadays.
doesn't exist. Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what separates mine and Fergus's relationship from so many people our age, is because cheating just seems to be... Infidelity is such a big thing today.
Have you seen TikTok? The amount of girls that are like,
The
hey
thirst
guys, I'm
trap.
on Pornhub.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like,
I
the fuck?
uninstalled TikTok.
Why are you
so
telling me
fast.
this?
That's the thing as well. I
Can't
also
understand
feel
why.
like another thing that comes before love is having the same morals and values.
Yeah.
And Fergus and I, we kind of had a bit of a disagreement on that just before I came back. It wasn't an unfair disagreement. It was just that he had come back here and I was still there. So I was still growing. And I was still experiencing new things. And you know what? In my 24 years of life, this last year is the first time I've ever been completely confident in myself and in the way I look. And as a girl, like, I know that guys also feel a certain pressure to look a certain way, but I'm speaking specifically about women. It is a big thing for us to kind of fit into the mold that society has deemed acceptable. And I'm not a big girl by any means, but I weigh 55, you know, but I still don't look how I would want to. You see all these chicks on Instagram that have got like the lines and this and that, and I know how to get there. I just don't want to because I don't care for it. But that doesn't mean that my self-confidence isn't going to take a knock because I'm not there, you know what I mean? So I was wearing crop tops and like skimpy little shorts, and I've never done that before because I grew up not in a conservative household, but just in a household where it's like you don't wear stuff like that because you're asking for the wrong kind of attention. And I feel like now I'm not going to delve too deep into this, but I feel like feminism has paved a way for women to not care what people think and to kind of, we still keep our morals and our values. Just because I wear tiny shorts does not mean I'm going to sleep with every guy that I see.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Like even off of my statement, like promoting your Pornhub channel, if that's something you really want to do, by all means, like I'm not going to judge it. That's great. Do your thing. If that's how you want to make your money, dope. I'm all about, like, I love watching business plans.
You're going to say I love watching porn.
I was also
Well,
you sleep in the same room as me.
No, I don't.
That heavy breathing you heard the other night? Yeah.
That was his heavy breathing.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I was dying.
No, he disappears to the bathroom
It's
for
the
like.
thick t-shirt.
I actually went
It's
outside.
comfy. Is it hard?
I'm okay.
We can find another one.
It's fine. I don't feel like changing again. It's a lot of effort.
Oh yeah, so much.
This is actually really nice.
It's nice.
Don't you have a
compared.
fan? Like a standing fan?
It's very loud.
Yeah,
Oh,
so the
right.
fan we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
is about 70 years old,
Oh,
so it's loud.
okay, yeah, fair enough.
Unfortunately.
I
But
just did not think it was going to be this loud.
no, neither did I. But the studio will upgrade, and we'll have
To your
aircons.
bedroom?
No, we'd make too much noise for the rest of the family there. So
Going back to my own question. Quite a while.
wait, can I just finish my statement I'm trying to do?
This thing is all over the place. But
By all means,
I can't see.
I'm okay with people. If you're okay to be on OnlyFans or whatever, doesn't matter. I'm chilled with that being your business, 100%. A business model is a business model. I'm fine with it. If you're morally okay with your own decisions, cool. I don't judge people's own decisions. If it comes from a thought about place, like don't just jump into it because everyone else is doing it, or don't just jump into it for whatever reason. If you've thought about
Don't
it,
just like follow the trend.
yeah, then 100% by all means go for it. And just like you were saying with the booty shorts and whatever, if you're comfortable in your own skin, 100% rock that shit. And that's I struggled with that for a while. Like only recently can I like sort of be cocky and egotistical in the way where I'm like, I'm the fucking best, I look great. But it took a long time to get there. And now I'm at the point like, yes, I might have lost 11 kilos and it sucks. But my life was bodybuilding orientated. I want to be bigger. Now it's more like, I enjoy CrossFit because it's not about that. I just want to be fit. I don't care how I look because I'm now happy with the skin that I live in. And I think a lot of people need to get to that. And even in relationships, because I don't know if you've ever had it in your 5 years, but it's the once you're in a relationship, you want to almost look good for that person.
Yeah.
And that almost scares me because now I'm super comfortable with who I am. I don't want to change for someone else. And I don't want them to change for me, like physical appearance.
But
like,
that's the thing, that's the amazing thing about finding your person, is because there's no one is expecting anyone to change.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I mean, Fergus and I both looked pretty damn good when we started dating. We were young.
You guys were, okay, you were young. You're still young.
Okay, but we were
But I know your
we
guys'
were 18,
paths
19.
were very different. I know Fergus's path was very different at that point as well.
Yes, I mean, he was into the gymming thing and everything as well. And then, I mean, first year spread is a thing, let me tell you. Oh my soul. So I weighed 49 when I finished
I
matric.
was on that
Wait.
killer laugh.
I weighed 49 when I finished matric. And I used to eat like a flippin'
49.
elephant. 49 kgs, almost say
I was
49
like
degrees.
56.
But anyways, at the end of my situation in Potch, I was 58. That is a big jump for a person like me. I had some meat on my
From
bones.
49 to 50
I came
is
back
a
to
big
Dundee,
jump,
and
yeah.
this is what bothers me, is how are we as I'm not even going to say as women, like as people, like guys and girls, how are we supposed to feel comfortable in our own skin when every Tom, Dick and Harry feels like they have the right to comment on how our bodies have changed? Because I came back from Potch, and I had a girl say to my friend at the time, we were walking by Pick and Pay, and she was like, oh wow, Simone got fat. And I've always fat. I've always
58 kilos in your fat.
Yeah, because I've always been the skinny one. I was
always
always
100 in grade 12.
I was
Jesus Christ.
I was borderline anorexic, not by choice. I just had a really overactive metabolism. It wasn't my fault. I used to eat and eat. You've seen me eat.
No, you eat like an
I
animal.
eat, right?
Honestly,
I really do. But like I was one of those girls that did not care sitting around a table at Spoo if there were boys around the table. I had my buffalo wings, I had my burger, I didn't give a shit, you know. I ate. And then I put on 9 kgs, come back, and I'm fat. And then it's like, okay, now you're fat. That's a negative connotation. You need to lose weight now. So hit the gym, start eating healthy, lose a bit of weight. Why are you so skinny? I mean, I lost weight in Vietnam because I was eating my 5 meals a day, but I was doing my portion sizes and I had my protein and everything, and I was gymming religiously. I had a 6-pack when I got back from Vietnam. That shit's not there anymore, but it was there. And I got back, and some guy that used to coach me in action cricket says to me, he's like, but why are you so skinny? And I was like, I'm not skinny, I'm healthy. And he's like, no, but you used to have a lot more meat on your bones. And I was like, yeah, but I'm happy with how I look now. What's it to you? You know? And I hate how everyone feels like they are entitled. Entitlement is such a big thing with our generation. They are entitled to comment on how another person looks. And that's one thing with Fergus. He has always accepted and appreciated me, my body, and everything for what it is. He's never expected a change. And that's the thing, is like you're scared of that, but the person that you're meant to be with is not going to expect it of you.
Like, scared of it, yes, but not so much now. Like, the fear doesn't quite exist because I'm in those places where it's like, if I was asked, like, and I know this isn't going to happen, when you find the right person, she's not going to look at you and be like, yo, you need to lose weight. If that happened, I'd probably look at you and tell you to get fucked. Because I'm not just going to change an entire lifestyle.
But also remember, it's not necessarily coming from a place of judgment. Like, oh,
if it comes from a place of like,
it's like
health,
you're unhealthy. Exactly.
that's fine.
Exactly.
That I understand fully.
Exactly.
And that's the cool thing about when I joined the CrossFit box, coaching CrossFit, if anyone's wondering. One of our coaches, Natalie, she's 23, girl. She's been through the paces from overweight to very skinny, model industry, and now she pushes over 100 kilos over her head. It's amazing. Like, this girl is so fucking strong.
I can barely squat body weight.
And her whole thing is, fuck what people think about the way you look. Be strong, be healthy, eat to your body, do what you want, but just make sure that you are doing the things that you want to do.
As long as you're happy with how you look, who gives a shit what
100%.
anyone else thinks?
100%.
And the thing is, it's weird because as little kids, we're always told that don't care what they say. You know, they're only being mean to you because they like you. You know, that whole stupid spiel. But it's such a toxic thing when you're younger. I actually saw a thing on Facebook today. There was a lady saying her daughter...
You know you're a 90s baby, by the way.
There was a lady who had her little girl. She must have been like a year old or 2 years old. She was wearing Lion King pajamas, so she didn't look like a girl. She says, you know, she does sometimes wear like little boy clothes and whatever, and it's cute. You know, why should it be gender specific? And she was saying that one thing she noticed is that when her daughter was wearing a dress or wearing pink or whatever, everyone commented like, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, you're so pretty, oh, look at your dress, you look so nice. But when she was dressed as a boy, everyone was like, oh, look at you, you're so strong and you're so fast. And that's another thing as well that we have to contend with as women is, I know I'm digressing a lot, but it's always the looks.
Yeah, 100%.
Always. So there's a lot of pressure on us to fit the status quo.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy to be living in a time now where we're slowly starting to break through that status quo. And it's no longer a requirement to be the skinniest girl in the class. You know what I mean? Like even a lot of the modeling industries are welcoming on bigger girls.
Yeah, they have
And
the,
I love
the
that.
categories for that.
And I love that. There was a South African guy that actually got hauled over the coals, that he got cancelled, as it were, because there was a beautiful woman in a Nike advert or in a Gymshark advert or something. Gymshark. But she was a big girl, you know, and I loved that ad. I think she looked amazing. And this guy just went on a blast on Instagram and was calling her all of these things like, oh, you fat, and oh, how Gymshark can do this, and da-da-da-da-da. And now we're in a time and a place where people are like, that's not okay. Bitch, bye.
But see, that's where Gymshark got right. So that's an interesting topic, and while we were talking earlier, I was thinking about it, because the plus size model thing is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great movement.
I still don't like that it's called plus size. Because
Well,
that's still
it's just-
categorizing it.
No, 100%.
Because what are we, if I'm super skinny, what am I called? Normal size?
No,
you
you're
know what
not
I mean?
normal size, you're
What is it
This
called though? What's the name for it?
below average. I don't know.
No, but that's what I'm
Negative.
saying. Is like they've got this whole thing. They think it's such a controversial topic, but they think that they're doing society good by saying, "Oh, we now welcome plus size models."
Okay,
There's no name for any
let's come
other
up with a
size.
better name. I don't have one right now, so if you can come up with a
A
better
model
one.
is a model.
Okay, true, 100%. You really don't have to categorize it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I think that was the Panda owner. He
Yes,
owns Panda
yes,
clothing.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, my God, you idiot. Because I was very happy with what Gymshark was doing. Because Gymshark wasn't like, we cater for bodybuilders or we cater for this. We cater for everyone who steps into a gym. And that makes sense. I understand if you're catering for a bodybuilder, but obviously your marketing team's then not going to put someone else in the clothing unless you're a bodybuilder. So if Gymshark's doing that, who are you to be angry at it?
He lost so much business.
No, he must lose
after
more.
that.
I actually don't care. Like, actually, I don't want him to lose more because he sponsored some people who I want to see do well. So don't lose everything, but also don't be a fucking idiot. Actually, fuck him. Someone else can sponsor.
That
these
was like
people.
I'm here. No, now I'm here. Now I'm here.
No, literally, I'm all over the place. It's tough. Like the topics are difficult, but like if we talk about that, I appreciate those models because they're clearly in a place where they're like, yo, I'm actually
I
looking.
strive to be that confident.
Where do you find that confidence? Like you happy with yourself now? Does that come from experiencing life where you've been through the paces and you get to a point where you're actually stronger than what you've ever thought you were? Or like how does that come about?
I think it's just my mom has always taught me that the only thing that's important is what you think of yourself. It's not what other people think of you. So as long as I'm happy with myself and I'm happy with how I look, I'm not 100% happy with how I look. I know that I could be more active, but I've started jogging, and I'm healthy-ish. 3 glasses of wine after work every day.
Apparently it's good for your heart.
Yeah, wine is good for your heart. Exactly. No, I don't drink that much, but still, it's just I think I just early on actually reached a point where I was like, I don't give a fuck what you think about me, and I've tried to teach a lot of people in my life to follow the same thing, is to just stop caring what people think. If they don't like, not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna like the way you look.
When
I was in grade 3, so I was bullied from grade 1 up until grade 9. It was rough. And I also remember in grade 3, I don't want to mention a name, I'll tell you afterwards who it was, but there was a boy in our class, and he always used to talk shit to me and be like really rude and really mean, whatever, and I was just like, whatever. One day I walk into school, the only time like in my whole school career I've ever been early for school, and I walk into the class and it's like a dark and gloomy day, so I put the lights on, and he tells me, no, what are you doing? Put the lights off. And I was like, no, but it's dark, I'm gonna put the lights on. So he came and he switched them off, and I was like, what are you doing? Don't be dumb, put the lights on. And it ended in him pushing me down, kicking me while I was on the ground. Now, bearing in mind, we're 9 years old, and this little shit is kicking me while I'm on the ground, telling me how ugly I am. And that's where it started. People calling me ugly. I got called ugly so much in school. There was a teacher that told me I was ugly. I'll tell you who that is as well after this whole situation. That always used to hit on the other girls in our class. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Fuck teachers, say the name.
No, I can't. Shame. But anyways.
Duvenaga.
How do you... Anyways. But yeah, so like I got bullied by teachers, by male teachers at
I've no
such a
idea who
young
that is.
age. It's you do, no, you will. It's insane, and that
Oh, my coach.
yes,
Yeah,
that
fuck that guy.
leaves such an impression on a young child's mind. So
100%.
from being around 8-9 years old, being called ugly, up until when I was like, screw bullying, I'm over it now, it's finished. And then slowly started to rebuild my confidence. And you know what? People have always told me, oh, Simone, you're so confident. Like, no, I just hide it really well. I'm one of the most insecure people, you know. But I hide it really well. And I'm slowly starting to learn to love myself, which is really important in a relationship as well. You cannot expect someone else to love you if you cannot love yourself, as cheesy as that sounds. You need to accept yourself before you can expect it from them.
I've been waiting for an opening to say this the whole
Now he
time.
wants to talk.
You guys digressed from the freaking love situation. Loving yourself, that's one of the most important things
Yeah.
in life.
Yes.
Rabbi Vesler, I don't know if you don't know.
Definitely not.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he had an amazing, I would say quote, but it's just like his theology, his example.
Yes.
So it also talks on love. So a man walked up to a boy who was fishing. He asked the boy, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm fishing." And he said, "Why are you fishing?" And the boy said, "Because I love the fish." And he said, "If you loved the fish, you wouldn't catch it, kill it, boil it, and eat it. You don't love the fish, you love yourself." And that's the thing, is it talks about fish love. It's one of the sayings I really like using. So if you want to love another person, you first need to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't expect to love that person because how they make you feel. No, they make me feel good. That's why I love them. No, that's not how love works. If you want to love that person, you first need to love yourself and give a part of yourself to that person and love in them which you have put in them. So love yourself that is in them. That is what love is.
Yeah, no, for sure. So why are you asking me what love is if you already know what it is?
Oh, have the table turn. I used to bully this kid. But yeah, the fish love thing,
That's messed
Sangre
up.
talks about it as well.
Yeah.
Don't schmuck bullying.
We're basically brothers.
That's
Yeah,
not
we
an
grew up together.
excuse.
It's not bullying like, haha, bully. It's more like, okay, he gave me a concussion the other day. Like, okay, just
No, good job.
calm,
Good
calm
job.
down.
Good job. Yeah, good job.
I've done it twice now.
Probably deserved
But
it.
it's interesting to see how, and also I'm just gonna, like, we've been friends for a long time, and I'm
How
gonna
long,
put it this way.
actually?
I wanted to
We
get
only
into this
became
'cause
friends in like
It's been a while.
grade 4. Grade 4, because you know what I remember? Oh, it was so awkward.
hope you know
Oh, it
about to
was
say
so
what I think you're gonna
awkward.
say.
Oh, it was so awkward. Okay, so like, I'm just gonna reiterate that Daniel and I are extremely platonic friends. Like, this bro is my bro, you know? Like,
bro.
extremely platonic.
I think I know where this is going. I actually,
But when we were in grade 4, him and Cameron had a crush on me. And I was a hoe. So I had a crush on both of them. And I still remember we were at Elsol, you guys were trying to teach me how to ride a J-board, and I had like both guys on each side like holding me up while I'm like failing at riding this J-board, and we were like at the social, and he was pissed off.
I didn't know Cameron had a crush on you.
He was no, wait now, I'll get there. And he
Okay,
was pissed
cool.
off because the theme for our social was like Hollywood movie stars. And High School Musical was a big thing back then. So Cameron went as Zac Efron, I went as Vanessa Hudgens, and he pickled up. I don't even know what he was.
Pickled up.
And it was so funny because the only dance, I know you don't remember, but I found it so funny. The only time I ever slow danced was I would dance with Daniel, and then I would dance with Cameron. And then I would dance with Daniel, and then I would dance with Cameron. And the funniest part of it was every time I danced with each of them, the other one was standing like right behind them watching. So it was just like, you know, like those awkward junior school dances, we dancing like this. I'm dancing with Cameron, Daniel standing right there looking at me. Dancing with Daniel, Cameron standing right there looking at me. And that's why I'm also grateful for this friendship, because I feel like we've been through the kind of, yeah.
I did not expect this story. I thought it was going to be something else, because like, I remember in grade 4, it was grade 4, primary school, like, oh my gosh, like, let's get together, what a fucking bullshit, whatever you do in grade 4. And literally it was 24 hours, and I sent you a message saying, I'm done with this, breaking up with
I
you.
don't remember that.
Send.
I don't
And
remember that.
it was the weirdest thing, bro. 24 hours, me thinking I'm the shit, me thinking I'm not the shit. Like, I didn't expect this story. I don't remember this.
Young love.
It You know what the problem is? That story teaches me a lot about me now. Well, a couple months back. I've grown out of that part now. But yeah.
No, but you know why? Like you say, young love. I feel like the only reason why you, myself, and
Fucking
Cameron were like crushing on each
close.
other is because we were so different from
We
everyone
were.
else.
100%.
The three of us gelled more than anyone
Yeah.
else in that school.
Three Musketeers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's also what I want to say. Like, whoever this kid was who called you ugly, and all the people who called you ugly, I don't understand it. I feel like it's more of a. That mother. Oh shit! Oh shit!
What?
What about me?
You got into the guy that she's talking about. You got into a fight with him once, and I stood up for you, and he punched the living shit out of me on the corridor.
This guy's a knife.
So like I was standing there, and I was trying to stand up for you. Do you remember? I don't think you remember this. So
I don't remember.
anyway,
I remember punching a grade 7 when I was
you
grade
got
nine.
into a fight with him.
I can't remember.
I'll go fuck myself.
Anyway, sorry.
You got into a fight with him. I stood up for you. He punched the fuck out of me.
You
Anyway,
kicked the fuck out
Thanks,
of me.
bro.
so-
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
The thing about that is because you were different, that made you ugly. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, like, yes, before primary school you might look like a boy, but
That was my mother's fault, okay? Because she shaved my head. I didn't ask for it.
I'm just saying you might look like a boy. I never said you were ugly.
I was a pretty boy. Okay?
Definitely, and that's what we struggle with in today's day and age. Have you seen the guys on TikTok? Anyway, beside the point.
Yeah, I can't compete.
So if
Fine.
if
We've
we
got
had
that
to,
rugged thing going for you.
if we had to close, only so many girls like it. I've done pretty well. It's fine.
No?
Huh? What? Nothing. No, don't do that. Now you look like a wannabe Cheech and Chong.
I was going to say he looks
Fucking-
like Jesus, but I don't think he ever wore a beanie. I don't know.
I like how he laughs at you when you make Jesus jokes. When I make Jesus jokes, he tells me he's going to kill me.
Because yours are probably messed up. I'm telling him he looks like our Lord and Savior, okay? There's a difference.
Your mine are pretty fucked.
Anyway.
So if we had to close off the relationship thing,
Do we take a break?
I haven't had it.
Everything that's happening right
I
now?
still got shit to say. Hi, we're back. Welcome to.
I know-
the
I
next-
know-
One day we'll have a big team and it's just going to be him clapping his hands.
It's like he's hired just to clap his hands.
like,
We're gonna
well,
be
it's like
I'm here
Snoop,
to sink, okay?
it's like Snoop Dogg hiring someone just to roll his blunts. Why not?
Yeah,
That
but
was a
he's
lot
used
of
off
words. I didn't hear what you said. I just heard seven blunts.
Just
My name's Jim.
Snoop Dogg hired someone to roll his blunt.
I know. I would have. Yes, I'm good at rolling blunts.
Ah, I don't know blunt.
I don't smoke them. I just roll them.
What were we talking about before we took a break?
Love.
Okay, but we need to that was
Back
like an
there.
hour conversation.
Yeah.
I'd like to move on
I
from
think-
that now.
So, as much as we might not have finished those conversations, fine. You guys got the gist of it, I guess,
Yeah.
because we went into it.
Quite deeply, and then we were there, and then we were
Talking
there,
about
and then
quite
we were there.
deeply, and the word deeply specifically. I've seen this trend on TikTok.
Before we
Does-
get into that,
What?
can I? Because we're moving on from the love. I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you love your boyfriend?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me a number that tells me when love happened. Like you loved him when you met him.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, when
Like
you
when
met
I
when you
actually-
met him, you didn't love him. Now you love him.
Yeah.
When did love happen? Give me a number. It's an impossible question.
It really is because there's a lot that happens and goes into it.
That impossible.
No, let me.
It's
let me
hard.
elaborate.
I don't know. Like you always hear of people saying like, "This was the moment that I knew that I loved him." Like I don't feel like I have that. I just feel like it's a whole mixture of
Exactly.
everything that we've been through.
It's much easier to prove over time.
Yeah.
That's the thing with love. So it's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
You go to the gym, you work out, you come back, you look in the mirror, you're gonna see nothing. You go back to the gym the next day, and you come back, you look in the mirror, you're gonna see nothing.
Mm-hmm. But
So
2 years
a lo-
after that.
exactly. It's like a relationship. If you're gonna go to the gym, you have to go consistently.
Yeah.
It's about
It's a good
consistency
analogy.
and not the intensity. A lot of relationships nowadays, they treat it with intensity.
You
and
know
not
what I don't like as well? A
consistency.
lot of relationships of today, and I have always been, guys, I'm sorry if any of you are like this, but because then we can't be friends. I cannot deal with people saying happy 59-month anniversary.
Oh my God.
my god! I'm just like stop it.
It's not.
It's not.
Anniversary means year. Fuck.
And then
I
it's like
used
when you've been together for 50 years, you're gonna say happy like 10,000 and something. And no, friend, you're not. Just stick. Like Fergus and I are not, and this is one thing that I appreciate about our relationship as well, is we are not mushy on Facebook. There's an occasional post of like, oh, you know, picture of my
Just go to the bottom of your Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, but like now it's just
No, 100%.
You
No, I
know?
get you. I find it so weird. Like,
what's her name?
Lorraine.
No, please pass me my handbag.
I've seen this. I see this often. You get those people that every single month it's, oh my gosh, happy month, happy 2 months, happy 3 months.
Month
happy 4
anniversary is not a thing.
Like-
Anniversary, annual, a year.
Yes.
Like, get it. Oh, just
And also,
can't.
well done for making 1 month. 2 years down the line, shit changes.
Yeah, nee.
Exactly.
You're no longer attracted to each other, and shit changes.
That's it's young love.
I don't know,
And
Fergus and I are pretty damn attracted to each other. But
young love
just don't mind me.
is one of the most powerful things ever, but it can also be one of the most fleeting things ever.
It's
is-
where it starts.
It's
Because
exactly
I can
where it
guarantee
starts.
if I got a girlfriend right now, it's going to be a bit, I wouldn't say mushy online because I'm living a life
I'm still
online
listening.
and that's where I get a lot of my work from. So I'm not going to be mushy online. Like that's the first thing I'll tell someone if I'm going to
These
start dating
frickin'
them.
statuses.
I'm not putting a picture of me kissing you on Instagram. It's not happening.
I cannot. You see that's
No,
like
but I'm
you
my
don't
work,
have to do it religiously.
No, but my work comes from Instagram.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
My social media is not, oh my gosh,
But
look at this.
Now let me give you like the point of view of a woman. Like if you were in a relationship with a girl, I like say if we were in a relationship, okay, I wouldn't be comfortable with you posting all the models and stuff that you do.
I don't
And
post
there's
models.
there are models on your page.
Good?
No, they are with the
Good.
one with the chicken, the swimming pool, and it's like, meh, you know, like
I know.
Holy shit, I was living in Kruger.
I
That's
don't
like 3 years
care. My
ago.
point is, as petty as it might sound, and like I do not like to dwell on pettiness. Like it really irritates me. But I think it would be like a big confidence thing to see you posting all these beautiful women, and there's like no sign of the fact that you're
Okay,
in a
100%.
relationship. I'm not saying like post a
Yeah,
picture
okay,
every
I
single
get-
day.
I
I'm
get
saying
what
like
you're
let
I would-
people know that you are in a relationship.
I would post pictures with her.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do those extremely mushy ones.
No, I don't like
Like,
those.
I would shoot you.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. Like I'm
No.
not putting a picture up where I'm kissing you. I'm not like holding hands. Yes, hugging. Yes, but
Yeah.
kissing you. That's no.
That's a bit
And-
more intimate.
Like-
Other people don't want to feel sad and depressed when they're looking at Instagram and they scroll through your
No, but
fucking
it's,
photo
it's,
of you being
it's
all
not
happy.
just that. Society works a bit differently now. As soon, and this is statistically fact, as soon as Le Pomp McCart
No, I'm blowing air on myself because I'm hot.
with a pump.
Yes.
Statistically right now, if you put on your social media that you're in a relationship, you lose following because all of a sudden that card's gone. Because how many people follow you because like, oh, this is a hot girl, it's a hot guy, I want to see if maybe one day I have the balls to slide into DMs. But
I never thought
beside
of it
that
that
whole
way.
point, I have completely lost my train of thought. On an anniversary, yes.
That's
I'll
the
put
topic
a
of
post.
this podcast. Losing your train of
Losing
thought.
my train of thought, yeah. I would, on an anniversary, be like, yo, I love this person 100%.
Yeah, like, yeah.
But you have to
Like literally, I actually want to try and find my anniversary.
I
Okay.
read it this morning.
Okay. I actually wanted to find my anniversary picture of myself and Fergus. It was something
It's very cute, I saw it this morning.
this morning.
Yeah, I stalked
Why are
it.
you stalking me? Wait, I don't
For
even
this
know what
podcast, I needed
I don't
shit to
even
talk
know.
about.
Is that why you know what my Instagram bio is?
Yes.
Sprinkle kindness, like on ET. But you know when I actually put that on as my bio, I was picturing that meme of that guy going like this,
Okay.
like yeah, sprinkle kindness, like on
That's
ET.
the thumbnail.
Yeah.
No,
No, wait, I'm actually gonna find. Continue. Oh, I don't have
yeah,
to
it's,
answer.
there's Wi-Fi, yeah? You can connect. Even in our garage.
Those are
studio,
two
there's
words.
Wi-Fi.
Those are 2 words to keep this friendship going. There's Wi-Fi.
Friend, keep our friendship
Someone-
going.
What's your surname?
Swisher.
Van der Merwe is her surname.
Oh, never mind. Someone followed me. I thought it was you. It's fine.
You guys
I'll
are
get
more than
over it.
welcome to follow
I'll
each
get
other.
over it.
Like,
What's your name of your Wi-Fi?
For sure.
Why?
it's surname of my grand.
Oh, no, you
Third
said your...
surname.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maiden surname.
What's it? Tell me.
Prigger. The day I did incestual things. I lost my train of thought, so I'm going to ask this question that Yuri interrupted. Does dick size matter?
You do realize that I'm probably going to have like family members and stuff watching this, so I don't really want to discuss that.
Okay, but you're 24 years old.
My mother thinks I'm a virgin.
You've dated someone for
Kidding, she
5 years. And my mom definitely knew I wasn't a virgin.
Yeah, but
I'm not a fuckboy. Please
he
explain
could
to
be.
me how I'm a fuckboy.
Actually,
wait! Sorry, someone just
I-
signed up to my makeup class. I'm quite
That's
excited.
amazing.
Yeah, I don't think
You guys sign up to a makeup class. I have felt with lovers.
Oh, Daniel, I love you too, man.
he's blushing. It's so cute.
No, this friendship.
Wait, did you see this video? I just have to
Oh,
show you quickly.
jeez.
Spun spick, bruh. Spun spick.
What are you on about?
Watch it.
The digression is so real.
Americans call a rockmelon a cantaloupe.
The spun speak, Marbury. Jesus fucking cantaloupe. Spun speak, brah. Spun speak.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Thank you for coming to my TED talk. Yeah, sorry, I'm listening. I promise I'm listening.
The only reason I asked that question is because it's a trend on TikTok right now.
Oh, okay.
And I want to feel better about myself.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. For me personally, I've never. Okay, I'm gonna just let's put it this way.
You don't have to answer this.
I've never experienced a lack thereof, so I can't really give my
answer.
I can't give
Okay.
my input on that
That makes
because I've
sense.
never, I've never.
And I guess everyone's different. Because I've heard multiple opinions on this. It's quite big on TikTok at the moment. You know that that thing, and then they answer questions.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
that thing. I actually wanted to
Don't
do that,
watch
but then I
TikTok.
realized I'm not lame, so I don't do TikTok.
Do
I make TikTok videos, but I don't watch TikTok.
I'm
That's something.
gonna jump on TikTok. TikTok is great.
It's
Marketing,
for the podcast.
man.
Okay, I actually realized it was my anniversary a while ago. I need to go far back.
Oh, you're still pulling up your anniversary post.
Yes, because I want to just tell you how I'm not mushy.
I understand how, like saying I had a girlfriend, how it would look if I didn't post them on Instagram at all. And I would. It's also why I run about 7 accounts. I've got Adventures of Noah, I've got this account for this now running.
No
I
faction.
have the tour,
House.
No faction, how. Like, I've got a lot of Instagram accounts where everything can change up. But my main personal account is still where most of my business traction comes through. But also, as much as I wouldn't be mushy just because it doesn't need to be that public. And obviously that's something you discuss with
But
your partner. It's like,
Public relationships also tend to fail because I feel like then you're putting so much pressure on yourselves
Yeah.
to continuously be
don't-
happy and portray that to the public.
if I could not publicize my relationship, that would make me very
I
happy.
don't. I literally post maybe for his birthday, and for anniversaries. That's it. I think I've posted like 2 other posts about him. Like, it's not, I don't like it.
100%. But it's like someone like KSI.
Yeah.
He cuck famous. No one knows he has a girlfriend. Well, now he like talks
Oh
about it
shit,
every now
I
and
don't
then.
know that, and I
But-
watch him all the time.
Yeah, he's in a very good relationship. Well, from what he says. But he doesn't publicize it because it's just one of those things. Like,
But that's the thing, is I also feel like social media today, you don't become like super famous unless you allow your fans or your followers or whatever
dictate
to
what
see every single aspect of your life and to be able to dictate your decisions.
but that's also why, like, I understand the slow growth around not following the trends, but I would rather grow slowly and have people realize that this is what you're gonna get. Like, if I ask a question on an Instagram poll, like, should I do this or that, then I'm gonna, like, listen. But it's not one of those things of, oh, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have this? I'm not going to answer every single question that the public has. It's just not worth it. Yeah.
I feel that. I'm still looking for the post.
I see that. You're very active on Facebook.
I know.
Facebook's there.
I share good memes, bruh. I'm funny as hell.
It's fine.
Battery's low.
If it's dead, it's dead. It's the power of the
Should we
descendants.
end at the end?
Yeah, battery's dead. And this one too. Got another one.
Oh, sure.
We can end. I like how mine's still going, so I can end it. Should I end it? Should we go find alcohol?
I have a boyfriend to get home to, so I can't get sloshed.
Yeah, well, we don't have alcohol, so you can't get sloshed anyway.
Your neighbours have all.
I could definitely organise. I can phone Sinead and be like, yo,
And this bottle store here down the road is still open.
but that costs money. If I go to the neighbour, I can maybe get it for free.
You hope so.
Why do you think I've got this? I think we hit all the points.
I feel like you asked a question about Vietnam that didn't actually answer.
Well, I think you answered enough of it for someone to... So, like, the whole point of asking you the question about Vietnam is so that the kids in South Africa who want to just go teach, because I know a lot of them, it's like, okay, I don't know what I want to do, let me go teach and make money because the money's so good. It's kind of just explain... I just wanted you to be able to, if someone's watching and wants to do that, goes, okay, wait, maybe let me think about this more seriously, instead of it just being like a fun getaway where I experience life, which it is. Like, you are going to experience life, but it's still a very big decision to make. But yeah, anyway. Should we end it?
Did I portray that?
I think you did.
Okay, good.
You mentioned there were some struggles and polystyrene mattresses, and I don't think anyone wants to sleep on
Dude, the
polystyrene.
mattresses and all mattresses that Vietnamese people sleep on are like...
I like sleeping on the floor.
No, like Tokyo Olympics. The sex-proof mattresses. Did you
No,
guys
they're
not see
not.
that?
Sex Olympics.
No mattress is sex-proof. My God, I've been in kitchens before, like anything.
Why is there a mattress in your kitchen?
There wasn't. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Daniel.
You can't get a sex-proof mattress if you can put
He's a
someone on a
fuckboy,
towel.
I agree with you.
I'm not a fuckboy! How? Please explain how I'm a fuckboy.
Go for it.
Roy.
I don't fuck boys. How am I a fuckboy?
I still remember when you were like, I want to take photos and I want to look like a fuckboy. And I was, you were pulling that off very fucking well.
I was pulling it off well, but that's because I'm a good-looking motherfucker.
If
Besides
you
the
do
point-
say so yourself.
Of course I will. I'm one of those. I'm comfortable.
You
with
know,
the
if
way
I had
look.
that level of confidence, I might not be single.
Bro, I don't even have that level of confidence. Okay, take me out
Fake
to.
it till you
I don't
make it.
either, and I've been in a
Take-
5-year relationship.
Take me out
so-
to a
Then I'm
bar.
doing something wrong.
Take me out to a bar, and I'm like this.
I'm like that
Thank you, he's
until
talking
I,
shit.
What do you mean, cock? David, if you're watching this, please type in the comments below.
I'm like that until I get sloshed. And then I am everywhere.
I talk the biggest load of cock. Like, you think now is bad. When I'm drunk, I just kind of zone out and I just...
Broad.
Yeah, I feel bad for myself because you talk very fast and I'm gonna have to put words down like nobody's
The thing is,
Oh, do you guys do... Like,
For the
subtitles?
tip.
for the
TikToks.
marketing, yeah.
Oh, wait. I found it.
Okay.
So I said, happy 5 years, Poop. Grateful that I get to do life with you. The end.
Perfect.
And you get these other people like, oh, my leafy actually for you.
Yeah,
sorry, that's completely
I am
like
mushy.
language racist. I'm so sorry.
I-
That was like specifically Afrikaans people, no offense.
I am quite mushy and sentimental. Like when I do a birthday post or something, it's generally like, why are you looking at me like that?
I mean,
never
I'm
done.
fucking I'm the cutest motherfucker on the planet.
No, I've never done a birthday post or anything like that.
Okay, you clearly don't have friends.
that's hurtful.
No, it's funny because it's true.
Oh, never mind.
I'm just saying, like, I've got people I care about. Some I maybe don't care about that much. I don't think I've ever done a birthday post for you. I have. I'm fucking dope. I know. Anyway, should we end it?
I struggle to do birthday posts for you because it's on New Year's Eve and I'm usually too drunk to.
Oh, me too.
You don't do a birthday post for yourself, Daniel. This is.
Why would I do a birthday post?
That's exactly what I just said.
No, but I'm saying it doesn't matter because I'm drunk. I'm actually, for the past 2 years, I haven't been drunk on my birthday.
Because lockdown.
No.
No.
I've always had access. I get drunk the night before.
Wow.
It's a conversation for another day.
Okay.
Yeah. It revolves around one of my tattoos.
For
even.
birthday sex.
This is
No,
on
it's
to
good.
To be
shit.
all the way there for birthday sex. Did you know
I don't get
that having
birthday
birthday
sex.
sex is celebrating your parents having sex?
So
Think
you
about
want to
it.
be thinking about your parents.
I don't want to be thinking about it, but think about it. If
How
you-
did we get here?
If you have sex to celebrate your birthday, you're
Just
basically
end it.
celebrating your
Just
parents
end it.
having sex.
By having sex.
Am I right?
I don't know.
No, you're celebrating the fact that you were born.
And how did you come into this world?
By doing the
My
act that
point
your
exactly.
parents did. I've never had birthday sex, so it doesn't
Thank
matter.
you for coming to our TED Talk.
I've never had sex. I'm a
See you
virgin.
guys later.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching this podcast. We're definitely going to end it here because the past 10 minutes just went to
I'm
absolute shit.
innocent.
I think we're definitely going to get Simone back because there's some cool topics we can talk about and there's some things we didn't talk about, so it's going to be great. Anyway, cool. Subscribe. Bye.
That's the saddest intro I've ever seen. Subscribe. Bye.
Definitely not an intro.
I mean, outro. That's
Yes.
what I meant to say.
You can end it.